Good afternoon, friends. It's Chad here with Colorado Giants. Today is Thursday, July 21st. I'm a few days late on the update. I did film an update on Tuesday, but it was way too long. I talked way too much, so we're going to do it better this time. Short, sweet, to the point. We're going to talk about the pumpkins. And we're going to talk about the plants. So, stay tuned. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's right down yonder way. And then there's a little bell. Hit that bell so you get a notification when I post a new video. So, all of the pumpkins at this point are at day 20 or above. Today is day 21 for, that's Maui, I believe. Maui, Howie, and Thunder, in case you missed that video. All of the pumpkins are day 21. I think today is day 32 or 33. And we're going to go with 25 on that one. It just sounds good. 26, actually, I think is the real number. So, status of the pumpkins. Pumpkins are doing good. Something I want to be clear, honest, and transparent with you about is that my day 20 numbers on all of these pumpkins are basically some of the smallest day 20 numbers I have ever had. They're all under 100 pounds. This one on day 20 was like 70, it was like 60 and 50. So this was the biggest day 20. So that kind of stinks, but I do have a glimmer of hope in that, some really big pumpkins like Mike Schmidt's pumpkin last year was really small, and then it kicked into gear and it kept on kicking. So maybe my pumpkins will do that. Fingers crossed. So I do have some free time today, and I'm going to catch up on just about everything. I glance at the watch. It's 3 o'clock, so I got time. Emily's home. She's been out of town for a week. Unfortunately, she had to go to a memorial for her grandma back in Massachusetts. So, I was just manning the kids and ain't got no time for a lot of pumpkin maintenance when you got two youngins to wrangle. So, love them to death. This plant, I just got done kind of working on this plant. Let me show you. So this plant is fully 100% terminated. All of this plant is done growing. The pumpkin itself is, I'm gonna say probably getting close to 30, 35, 40 days old, somewhere in there. It's been doing 30 pounds a day. I could take off the sheet, but I don't want to. There's no secret or anything like that. So I have gone through, I did some weeding around the plant. I terminated all the vines. I'm not really going to bury these last 2 or 3 foot of vines, just because that would require me from going all the way over there, getting some dirt and bringing it all the way back. I feel a little bad. I've done 95% of the plant. I've buried all the vines, and it feels a little wrong to not bury the last 5%. But that juice just ain't worth the squeeze when I have to, go such a long way, and I'll be breaking leaves, wandering back and forth, and I don't want to do that. And then what I did was I cleared away a bunch of the weeds and stuff. I need to weed these ones. So cleared up the stump. It looks really good. I didn't cut any leaves away yet because I just don't think we really need to. All these leaves look really good. These ones right here and right here. Well, right there. Those are the leaves that are showing the age just from being old. Now, if you watch that video that I posted about the leaf damage that I think was self-inflicted, I'm pretty positive that was all on me. I think that I sprayed that spray that I put on the leaves. That had some sort of yuckiness on it or in it, or just something. Maybe it was too hot, even though I did it in the evening time. That affected the leaves and burnt them pretty good, because I don't think it's disease, because look at all these leaves. All this new growth is nice. in bright and green. But then if we wander over to this plant, this is the plant that I sprayed the most with it. We can see over here that these leaves over here look just pretty horrible. They look worse during the day. It's interesting, but whatever happened to them, whatever's on them, has lessened their ability to cope and deal with the heat. So that's my bad. I was thinking virus for a little while. I was thinking disease. Even as such, I've upped my my fungicides just because better safe than sorry. But I'm almost positive it was spray of some sort, because all the other leaves are looking good. But right here, these were young leaves when I sprayed, and it really just kind of shocked them, and they look as such. So Thunder, I don't even remember. I'm sorry. Thunder's 100 and something pounds. Thunder's going pretty slow. It's like I said, past day 20. Past day 20 is really when I hope to see them really start to kick it in gear and maybe do 30 plus pounds a day or so. Hasn't started that yet. Maybe it's just a late bloomer. But the plant really past the pumpkin and past where I shocked it with that spray is really slowing down a whole heck of a lot. Some of those vines are not even thick around as your pinky. So what I'm going to do today, as I catch up on my my vine bearing, is, you can see that vine, I'm going to swing, instead of terminating these vines, I'm going to swing them around. And this 1, 2, 3 vine is going to come up. And I'll have more plant that is technically behind the pumpkin. So it'll, keep rocking and rolling, because these vines are still doing great. So I'm going to utilize those good plumbing connections that they have, and we'll go from there. But I do think that this pumpkin is picking up steam. With that being said, it looks bigger today than it did yesterday, which is kind of an obvious statement. I'm probably going to pause the video. Actually, you know what? I'll make a different video on stump care, because I need to take care of some stumps and some main vines on pumpkins. I got to lift them up. So I know a lot of people have asked about that. So that's going to be something I'm talking about as I do that doctoring. I'll document it a little bit. So Maui is looking pretty good. Today, again, day 21. It's like 75-ish pounds or so. Honestly, that's really small for day 20 or day 21 even. That's really small. And it's got a really interesting shape. It looks like it could be kind of wheel-esque, but it's got like a bigger butt, like a Jay Leno chin or something going on there. So I'm not too sure how that one will look. But even then, this plant is almost totally done. I've got to do some stump maintenance on that here in a minute or two, and I'm gonna do some main vine pumpkin stem maintenance on that one. But that's really all I got for you. Just a general update. I've chopped a lot of leaves out of my walkway, so I have no excuse not to walk back and forth without scratching up my legs, and just keeping that clear definition of plants. But it's looking really good. I'm honestly a smidgen disappointed, more than a smidgen. I'm disappointed that my day 20 numbers are so small, but it is what it is. My plants are, the knock on wood, probably the best plants I've ever had. I've got the best systems in place this year, better than I've ever had. So I'm trusting, the knowledge that I have, and fingers crossed that the pumpkins will have really good late season growth, and the early season growth we can laugh at later. So yeah, I've got to get to work. That's enough talking at the camera. Hopefully you guys found that pretty interesting. This one's doing 30 pounds a day. It's probably 400-ish pounds now, so that's not bad, but I'm still a good bit behind where I was last year. And yeah, that's all I got for you. So if you have questions, post them below. I'm going to get to work, but at the same time, I'm also going to film moving of this main vine, cleaning up that stump, and checking all of the main vines. So we'll do some back-to-back videos today while I'm out here getting some work done. Take it easy, everybody. Get out there, grow yourself. Giant pumpkin. See ya.